G'day everyone, welcome to this special edition of Inside 50. It's Thursday, what are we doing here?
It's a little bit weird, mate.
It is.
Last time we played on a Thursday night was round 1, 2006.
Not a bad year, just quietly.
Very, very good year.
You take it. So, good signs early. It's not a big show today, but you can guarantee it's full of some good content and some cheap laughs. Stick around.
Now, he was the man of the moment last time we played. I'm speaking of our skipper, Darren Glass. It was his 200th game. Now, we didn't get the 4 points, but he got something better than 4 points last week.
Cool.
I'm, of course, speaking of the arrival of his daughter, Zara. So, the club would like to congratulate Alicia and Darren on that one.
Got a picture up here. It's not their kid, but it is a baby.
Cute all the same.
Yeah, it was cute, and that's the best we got. We couldn't get a photo, so I think that was pretty good. I've got a couple of tickets to give away for tonight's game. So, first time we've done this, please email inside50@westcoasteagles.com.au. Tell us why you want to come to the game tonight. Make it as funny and entertaining as possible.
Are we eligible for this, mate?
What do you think, mate? But please get it in. Leave details so we can get back to you.
All right, and look, one thing that slipped through the cracks last time we played against Sydney, our last home game.
Going through some archives.
Some classic commentary from the one and only Tony Shaw. Have a look at this.
4 goals, 30 possessions.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He had the Andrew Wembley wing going.
Apparently they've named a suburb after him.
Apparently. Speaking of funny comments, we film a lot of press conferences here at the club, and if you take comments, out of context, they can be quite humorous, like this one.
Helping the other boys and keep my mind active and stimulating myself while I'm not playing.
Of course, Bowie talking about his elbow recovery, but I found that quite humorous. Anything else from last game?
Yes, mate. So something you actually noticed down at Tassie there at Aurora Stadium. Daniel Kerr getting driven over the boundary line here, and Guy Manto, our head trainer, just protecting the Powerade.
That was great, living the sponsor's dream. Also, the footy staff going into using that real evasive training that they learned in the pre-season. So it's just brilliant work. I'll tell you what else has been happening around the club. AFL Live 2011 has hit the stores. The video game's gone off the Richter. The boys around the club are just loving it. Big Ant Productions have just had a belter in this one. It's all competitive. Luke Shuey, Andrew Strike, they're all getting involved, all loving playing as the West Coast Eagles. But there are, of course, some boys who just disagree and aren't enjoying it as much.
Yeah, obviously really disappointed with, I guess, my skill level on the latest AFL game. Had a few games, and not only am I slow and lacking pace, my skills are bad, and I'm getting beaten for strength, which, I mean, I hope that doesn't reflect me as a player. But, I'm still using myself, though, because I'll back myself in, but it's not going too well so far.
Now, we take on the D's tonight. One man who will be having a milestone is the one and only Josh Kennedy. He'll be playing his 50th game for the West Coast Eagles. He's actually sitting on 99 goals as well, so hopefully he chalks up another milestone tonight. We caught up with him yesterday. Here's what he had to say.
Hey, Josh Kennedy here. Playing 50 games tomorrow. I'm lucky enough to play it for this great club. I just want to thank everyone for the support. And here's the man swimmer. Say hello to him.
There you go. Big fella, 50 games.
50 games, yes, thank you. But yeah, hopefully I get a kick tomorrow. Lekker's back, so I probably won't. I'll probably kick out of the forward 50. So, but apparently the nerd behind the camera's got a couple of clips to watch. So hopefully you enjoy them, and hopefully we get a win for you tomorrow. Cheers.
And now the thump. Harry O'Brien in the box seat again. Here with
Josh Kennedy just launched himself at that. That just inspires your teammates.
Well executed that by Kennedy.
Along the boundary line. Lynch and Kennedy over the top. Strong! Josh Kennedy.
Well, he had to mark it. It was one of those 50-50 kicks. He flipped the cross kick to half forward. Strength. Kennedy. Can he kick another one? Oh, they'll go berserk here. Yes, indeed.
Wiggler trying to make something happen with some run out of defence. But Hocking with it. Kennedy tackle again. Survived the Hawthorn charge. Even kicks to Kennedy.
Fantastic mark. Balls can cope with it.
High Kennedy.
The footy. There's 3 Eagles waiting. Melbourne run down by Kennedy. Great tackle. No, I mean, you look through the stats and you know. Kennedy!
The next 5 minutes is important for the West Coast. They're going to bury them. Here they go.
Kennedy to Weir-Punda. And the roll continues.
Stevenson, he's good kick at the ball. And here's Kennedy. And he can kick his 5th. First time he's done it in his career.
Blake now Clark should have come into the Shepherd earlier. He left and hesitated.
Blake and Natanui. And the first tackle tonight goes to Swift. But quickly gets the Eagles deep. Emily. No thoughts. It is Kennedy on the left. Boom, bam. What about that for a start?
Let's jump into the action. 6:40 tonight, Patterson Stadium, West Coast versus Melbourne. Outs, Mitch Brown unfortunately with a hand. Will Schofield, Brad Dalziel have been omitted. The ins, Ash Smith, Pat McGinnity. Oh, and look at that, Mark Lacroix's back.
You're an idiot. It is good to see him back. Coming in 2 weeks shorter than the original prognosis date, between 7 to 10 weeks.
Very fast healer.
Yeah, he's done well for his adductor injury, so good times. Looking forward to the game immensely. Let's just touch on the Hawthorn game and some of its good players, as we always do. Jack Darling. Get a bit of pick up for our side at the moment.
I know, mate. He's a lumbering, huge lad. We always talk about that, but he's played every game so far this year.
He has. He's had 24 touches, 7 marks and a major on the weekend. But how about these stats? He's 4th in total tackles behind 3 midfielders so far. Equal 5th in the goal kicking and equal 4th in marks for the year with Dean Cox.
Keep that up, he'll play every game.
He's having an absolute belter at the moment. Matty Prittis, want to touch on him?
Yep, Matt Prittis. Now, I dug up a nice little stat that you'll like this one. Only 2 players in the league are in the top 10 in tackles and handballs. One is Chris Judd. The other is Matthew Prittis.
Terrible company, that. He's actually had 14 tackles against Hawthorn. Just loves hugging blokes, really. So he's just had an absolute belter. The most he had was 15 against Freo. As you would, you get pretty angry when you're playing. In 2010, round 6. So he's, PB stats at the moment. We don't really give defenders a lot of credit on this show. I like to when the opportunity arises. Eric McKenzie, he's only come in for his 2nd game against Hawthorn. Lined up on Ruffy, did a real good job. Kept it to 10 touches, 1 goal, and then he can come out and play against Geelong and get 16 touches and 3 goals. So
pretty easy.
Yeah, he's actually done well to curb his influence on us.
And you might remember this, back in 2008, he probably had his career game against one and only Jared Ruffhead. So he does like playing against the Hawks.
Good work. He's actually going to get better with every game, I think. And had an interrupted pre-season, so good to have him back. That brings us to the end of the program. Got a couple of things to touch on quickly.
Yeah, look, I mentioned it last week. Obviously, Derby Lunch. Don't forget Derby Lunch, May 13, Perth Convention Centre. Get there. It's a great build-up to the game itself on the Sunday. And the other thing, make sure you keep an eye out for those coming to the game. Paul Morrison, the club chaplain, will be performing Picking Up the Pieces, the song the boys did when they went to Cambodia this year. CDs are available after the game from the team store and all outlets around the ground.
As always, we'll be leaving you the top 3 plays.
Thanks for coming inside 50.
Kicking off the top 3 this week, we've got skipper and 200-game player Darren Glass giving Cyril Rioli a bit of a tasting. Someone say size mismatch. Number 2 sees good forward pressure in the 50, something the Eagles have excelled at this year. Matty Prittis finds Andrew Embley off 1 step, snap from 45, and it gets the good bounce. Great goal whack. Top play has Dean Cox fly for the mark. Good spoil. Mark Nikoski, great handball. Luke Shuey, another left foot goal from him on the boundary line, and that is sensational work, Boots.